Promised land, here we come. Do you think they were excited, boys and girls? I am sure they were. On the 20th day of the second month of that same year, the cloud over the sacred tent moved on. So the Israelites broke camp and left the Sinai desert. And some time later, the cloud stopped at Kadesh Barnea. They were on their way to the land promised to Abraham. The 400 years had passed. The Lord said to Moses, "Choose a leader from each tribe and send them into Canaan to explore the land I am giving you." So Moses sent 12 tribal leaders from Israel's camp at Kadesh Barnea in the Paran desert with orders to explore the land of Canaan. Moses said, "After you go through the southern desert of Canaan, continue north into the hill country and find out what these regions are like. Be sure to remember how many people live there, how strong they are, and if they live in open towns or walled cities. See if the land is good for growing crops. Find out what kind of trees grow there. It's time for grapes to ripen, so try and bring back some of the fruit that grows there." As they went through the southern desert, they came to the town of Hebron. When they got to Great Valley, they cut off a bunch with such huge grapes. It took 2 men to carry it on a pole. Along with the grapes, they also brought back pomegranates and figs. The 12 men returned to Kadesh and told Moses and Aaron and the people what they had seen. They showed them the fruit and said, "Look at this fruit. The land we explored is rich with milk and honey. The people who live there are strong, and their cities are large and walled." Caleb calmed down the crowd and said, "Let's go and take the land. I know we can do it." But the other 10 men replied, "Those people are much too strong for us." Then they started spreading rumours and saying, "We won't be able to grow anything in that soil, and the people are like giants. They're so big, we felt as small as grasshoppers." After the Israelites heard the report from the 12 men who had explored Canaan, the people cried all night and complained to Moses and Aaron. "We wish we had died in Egypt or somewhere out there in the desert. Is the Lord leading us into Canaan just to have us killed and our women and children captured? We'd be better off in Egypt." Then they said, "Let's choose our own leader and go back." Moses and Aaron bowed down to pray in front of the crowd. Joshua and Caleb tore their clothes in sorrow and said, "We saw the land ourselves, and it's good. If we obey the Lord, He will surely give us the land rich with milk and honey. So don't rebel. We have no reason to be afraid of the people who live there. The Lord is on our side, and they won't stand a chance against us." The crowd threatened to stone Moses and Aaron to death. But just then the Lord appeared in the cloud at the sacred tent. The Lord said to Moses, "I have done great things for these people, and they still reject me by refusing to believe in my power. These people have seen my power in Egypt and in the desert, but they will never see Canaan. They have disobeyed and tested me too many times. You will wander in the desert for 40 years, 1 year for each day that the land was explored, and that was 40 days. The people of Israel were very sad after Moses gave them the Lord's message. They packed up and wandered for 40 years in the desert. God provided food, water, clothes, shoes, shade and heated the cold time. God still looks after us, even when things go wrong.